90% were not meeting these standards. And when I'm saying these standards, I mean what I'm saying now. That particular aspect, majority, large majority, more than 90% of theses, they do not do that particular aspect. Dr. Rajinder Singh would like to add something.
I wish to add something. You know that what Dr. is saying is 100% right. What method I am following for my research scholars, about 10 research scholars have completed PhD work under my supervision, 4 or 5 are working. That first I ask for the reviewed literature. Then I ask the students to find out the research gaps. Okay, that you have reviewed these studies, and your work will start when you will find out the research gap. These are the research gaps, and you wish to fill up these research gaps that you will work. So in a very simple way, review literature, but find out the research gaps, then you will find your work automatically. You develop the methodology.
Research gaps there means variations in the
results.
If there are no variations, in that case there is no need of conducting.
No need of conducting.
Like for example, if we know that sun rises in the east, in that case everyone knows that is a statement of fact. There is no need to conduct any research कि sun किधर से rise करता है. It's a universal fact. So anything, if there are no, अगर सभी ने सुबह उठकर within half an hour उठने के बाद चाय पीनी है, तो फिर tea taking habits को study करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. If 100% people they do that, it's only 15% चाय पीते हैं, 15% ब्रश करने से पहले पीते हैं, 75% ब्रश करने के बाद पीते हैं. कुछ लोग पानी पीने के बाद करते हैं, कुछ एक घूंट पानी का, एक घूंट चाय का, कैसे पीते हैं. If there are variations, only then you will find out what are the reasons of variation. If there are no variations, there is no need to conduct any research. Similarly, अगर आपकी 100% ही similarity आ रही है, in that case आपके newness क्या है? What is new in your research? जब आपने चेक किया सॉफ्टवेयर में 100% सेम आ रहा है, तो इसमें न्यू क्या हुआ? And hence it should not be.
What is the need to waste the time in own systems of work? Then you try to find out the research gaps. You will say that these studies I have reviewed, these are having these limitations, and I wish to remove these limitations. This is my methodology, my data collection, whatever the method you follow. Then you will get the correct ones. And your work will be unique from others that you have reviewed only.
Any other one?
सर माय क्वेश्चन इज से सपोज अभी मैम ने बोला 10%, सर ने भी बात करी कि हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी में 10% अलाउ है. मैंने इस यूनिवर्सिटी से थीसिस करा, सबमिट करा, आफ्टर 2-3 years और आफ्टर 6 months और व्हाट्सएवर बी द टाइम समवन चैलेंजेस माय थीसिस इन कोर्ट कि ये सब कॉपीराइट्स और ये सब का कहीं ना कहीं कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है, और उसी टाइम मेरा यूनिवर्सिटी एक्ट चेंज हो गया, वो 10% से 5% आ गया. तो मैं उस केस में अपने आप को कैसे डिफेंड करूं, और क्या कोई लॉ ने ऐसे कोई एक्ट बना रखे हैं कि इतना % ही यूनिवर्सिटीज को लेना चाहिए?
But morning I explained plagiarism. I told you it is a relative term. It differs to university to university. They have their own definitions. So if university says 20% okay, fine. Students will follow. University says okay, 10% will follow the standards. 10% is okay. If they say 5%, it is a 5%. So it is a relative term. It is not the absolute term. Because universities, institutes, they have defined it at their own. So some may allow 5%, some may allow 10%, some may allow 20%. So this is the relative term.
May I? I don't know why from morning, from the last, means yesterday's morning and till now, you are using word plagiarism. 10% plagiarism is allowed.
No, not the plagiarism.
Just please, मेरी एक request है. Not even a single university will allow anything, even a paragraph of plagiarism. What they are allowing you, that you can use 10% material from others. They are saying on similarity index, means the work which has been done by somebody else, you can use only 10%, rest 90% should be your own work, right? If you are not able to do your own unique work, use the technique of paraphrasing. Now that paraphrasing should also not be the similar one. That also comes under the category of 10%. So ultimately you have to give efforts for 90%. And if even after 20 years, even after 40 years or even after 100 years, right, somebody claim that your work was that a violation of Copyright Act, right? In that case he is right. Why? Because if you have done that mistake at the first year and somebody is claiming after or raising the points after 100 years, you will be penalized. My answer is like this. No university is allowing you for plagiarism. They are only allowing you to use some text of others, that is up to a limit. राइट वो प्लेगरिज्म अलाउड नहीं कर रहे हैं, वो आपको कह रहे हैं आप दूसरों का 10% तक सिर्फ यूज कीजिए और बाकी अपना यूनिक काम कीजिए. तो अगर लॉ चेंज होता है 5% का, 15% का, 20% का, तो भी कोई फर्क नहीं है. आप जब सिमिलरिटी डेटा यूज भी करेंगे, इफ यू आर गोइंग टू यूज द सिमिलर टेक्स्ट, यू हैव टू साइट इट प्रॉपरली. You will cite it properly. If citation has already been done, there is no case of any kind of violation of any type of law. Are you getting my point? Yes.
इनका बेसिकली क्वेश्चन जो था कि कॉपीराइट की वायलेशन है या नहीं है. कॉपीराइट की वायलेशन, देखो अगर आपने कहा कि ये एक चैप्टर, एक बुक लिखी आपने, उस बुक के 30 चैप्टर हैं, 30 के 30 चैप्टर आपने किसी दूसरों की किताबों से उठा के लिख दिए और वहां एक्नॉलेज भी कर दिया कि ये किताब मैंने इस चैप्टर से ये वाला चैप्टर, इस बुक से ये वाला चैप्टर लिया है, ये चैप्टर मैंने इस बुक से लिया है, ये चैप्टर मैंने इस बुक से लिया है. आप तब भी कॉपीराइट की वायलेशन के ऊपर आपके ऊपर केस हो सकता है, क्योंकि आपने चैप्टर जो उठाया है वहां से पूरा विदाउट द परमिशन ऑफ द ऑथर लिया है, विदाउट द परमिशन ऑफ ऑथर लिया है. यहाँ आप ये नहीं कह के बच सकते कि मैंने साइट कर दिया था कि वहां से लिया है. साइटेशन होती है एक पैराग्राफ की, 2-4 लाइनों की, वर्क की, पूरे का पूरा वर्क उठाकर अपनी किताब में, और उसकी रॉयल्टी आप ले रहे हैं, तो उनसे आपके इश्यूज रिजॉल्व नहीं होंगे. आई थिंक आप कुछ कहना चाहते हैं इसके बारे में?
एक ही बात कहना चाह रहा हूं, जो डॉक्टर साहब ने एग्जांपल दिया कि आप जैसे डॉक्टर साहब ने एग्जांपल दिया कि आप जैसे कोई 30 आर्टिकल की बुक लिखे, उन्हीं ऑथर से आप उनकी एक्सेप्टेंस ले लें कि मैं आपके पेपर को अपने एक एडिट बुक में ऐड करना चाह रहे हैं. दे हैव गिवन द कंसेंट टू द फाइल, आप प्रिंट करो एक कॉपी, उनको ओरिजिनल ऑथर्स को भेज दो. यू आर डूइंग द फेयर जॉब.
We know that adding to our knowledge, everyone has quest for that, and the discussion never ends. But there are time limitations. I am extremely thankful to डॉक्टर संकेत विज एंड डॉक्टर राजेंद्र सिंह जी कि उन दोनों ने मेरे को अपने बीच में बैठने का मौका दिया और आप सब से इंटरेक्ट करने का मौका दिया. देयर वर इंटेलिजेंट क्वेश्चंस व्हिच वर रेज्ड बाय ऑल ऑफ यू. आई एम श्योर दैट दीज 2 days which you have spent in this workshop must have added to your knowledge, और आप अब ज्यादा बोल्ड रिसर्चर बन गए होंगे, क्योंकि now you have the information कि what plagiarism is, what copyright issues are, and how to use the information which has already been printed in the name of someone else, and how to cite that particular information. With this knowledge, I think that now you are bold writer and bold researcher and can write beautiful and ethical pieces of research. Wish you all the very best. Thank you very much. Now I am handling the affairs to the organizers so that they can thank us and so that we may proceed to the next.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of all the participants, I thank our resource persons for enlightening us on various issues. After a break of 5 minutes, we will begin with the valedictory session. Thank you, sir.
National workshop on ethics in scientific writing and plagiarism, organized by the Center for Research, Innovation and Training, CRIT, the IIS University, Jaipur, on 7th and 8th November 2014. I invite Professor N.K. Garg, Dr. Subhash Garg, Professor Radha Kashyap, Dr. Payal Mehtani, Dr. Rupam Kothari, and Dr. N.K. Garg among us. I would request Dr. Subhash Garg to greet sir with flowers. Thank you, sir. I now invite Professor Radha Kashyap to introduce Professor N.K. Garg.
नमस्कार. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Professor N.K. Garg. He is presently working in the Department of Commerce and Management, Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak. His area of specialization is research methodology and has over 32 years of teaching and research experience. Besides having authored several books, he has published 80 research papers in reputed journals and has also supervised 28 doctoral level researchers. Presently, he is the President Haryana chapter of Indian Commerce Association. He is also the editor-in-chief of two prestigious journals, namely Business Researcher and Journal of GNBR. He has served as a member for the evaluation of major research project of University Grants Commission in the area of Commerce and Management. He has been former director in Directorate of Distance Education of the university. He has also been the head Department of Commerce, DSW of the university, Director, Youth Welfare, NSS Coordinator and UGC NET Coordinator. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I invite Professor N.K.
Respected Dr. Subhas Garg, Dr. Ghosh Rai, Vinayak Saab, Sanket Vijji, other staff members sitting on the dais, staff members sitting in front of dais, participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is my proud privilege to be here this evening. Unfortunately, I came yesterday. And when I came here, I was enthusiastic about this program on plagiarism, especially about ethics and scientific writing, etc. But since yesterday, I got scared. And the reason is well known to you. The reason is Sanket Vij. In the evening, he told me that your speech can also be plagiarized. And since then, I'm really scared because Dr. Sanket Vij has educated the participants so well that immediately they will come to know about the plagiarism in my speech. Dr. Sanket Vij has told me that the students, they are so much ready to identify plagiarism that you go and speak anything and they will immediately identify that this speech has been taken from where. That is why I am scared. And that is why I have decided not to speak for a long duration. 1 घंटे में काम हो जाएगा मेरा, बस इससे ज्यादा नहीं.
जितना चाहो 2 घंटे में करो.
साइलेंट हो गए सारे. 1 घंटा कम है 1 घंटा. Anyhow, नहीं ज्यादा नहीं बोलूंगा. मुझे मालूम है ये जो वैलिडिटी सेशन होता है ना, ये किसी को जब दुश्मनी निकालनी है उसको खड़ा कर देते हैं बोलने के लिए. क्योंकि सब अपने घर जाने की तैयारी में है, सब थक चुके हैं, इतना सारा प्लेगरिज्म आपने पढ़ लिया है ऑलरेडी. अब क्या बचा है? तो मेरा भाषण सुनने के लिए थोड़ी बैठे हो आप लोग, इसलिए मैं कोशिश करूंगा 1 घंटे से थोड़ा 5-7 मिनट पहले ही हो जाए. Anyhow, I have also learned a lot from Sanket Vij. In fact, we were thinking of organizing such seminars, workshops, etc. on plagiarism because most of the times plagiarism takes place because of innocence and ignorance. We ourselves do not know we are plagiarizing. We ourselves do not know what we are doing is wrong. And it happened with me also. I submitted my paper with IIM Calcutta for publication in that reputed journal Decision. I took full care that the paper is not plagiarized but when I got the report, I was shocked. The report was that one paragraph is plagiarized in this paper. I went through the paper again. I found that I have already given the reference. Then I wrote them back that I have already given a reference in this paragraph, and this is not a plagiarized paragraph. They said no. Still it is a plagiarized paragraph. Why it was plagiarized? Because I have not used inverted commas in that paragraph. And that is why they said the paragraph is plagiarized. In another incident, again I got a report that my text is plagiarized. And I found no reasons why my text is plagiarized. Again, when we had communication with the editor-in-chief, he said that the idea you have given is the idea of someone else. Someone else has also given the same idea, despite the fact that the sentences are different, the words used are different. The idea is matching with someone else's idea, and hence it is plagiarized. I really fail to understand what is plagiarism. Whatever we understand is plagiarism is not a plagiarism according to some institution, but we consider it plagiarism, but not plagiarism. That is considered as plagiarism by some institutions. In fact, we are in the initial stages of plagiarism checking. We do not have standardized norms. Different journals, different organizations, they follow different norms. There are no common norms. And that is why it is difficult to teach what is plagiarism. At the most, what we can do is, we can give an idea that this is how plagiarism can be identified. These are the types of plagiarism. These are the parameters on the basis of plagiarism can be checked. And that's it. Now, we do not know about the standards of plagiarism prevailed in a particular institution, and that is the problem. Nor these standards are being published anywhere. In the journals you will find guidelines for the authors, but in guidelines for authors you will never find that how plagiarism will be detected, what are the standards on the basis of which your article or your paper will be evaluated. These things are not mentioned. And in the absence of such things, it is very difficult to control plagiarism. If you go by the definition of plagiarism, then you will hardly find any plagiarism anywhere, any article, any book. The definition says that whenever you claim someone else's findings as your own findings, only then it comes under the purview of plagiarism, otherwise not. But this is not the case. There are many such cases where plagiarism is identified even when you have not claimed someone else's findings as your own findings. You have uniqueness in your ideas, you have uniqueness in your methodology, and still it is termed as plagiarized text, plagiarized article, plagiarized paper. So we have to learn a lot in this field, but it is a good beginning that your university has made efforts, sincere efforts, to teach you about plagiarism. I think this process must have started much before this stage. Now we assume that plagiarism is required only for researchers, only for those who are studying in higher classes. But if you look at the websites of foreign universities, foreign schools, you will find plagiarism is being taught at the school level. Even at school level, you are not allowed to take any text or ideas of others. In school assignments also, you have to certify that the assignment is not plagiarized one. So the beginning must be made at the school level itself, so that the students, they become aware of plagiarism. Now suddenly, when the student come to PhD registration, then suddenly we say that you must take care of plagiarism. And we get shocked. Most of us, they have not heard about plagiarism. And you have seen that this concept of plagiarism has developed very recently. 15, 20 years ago, there was nothing like plagiarism. There was no technology which can detect plagiarism. And even today, we have very limited technology. Only those papers which have been written in English language, only those papers which have been written in standardized language, they can be identified, they can be checked so far as plagiarism is concerned. But this is certainly a good initiative. And I hope in 2 days seminar, you would have learned a lot about plagiarism. And now you can easily see that how you can manage plagiarism, how you can be away from plagiarism. You can easily see this thing in your writings, in your text, in whatever you're doing. And my humble request to all of you is that do not keep this talent secret in you. Please teach your friends, your children, your colleagues about plagiarism. Whatever you have learned, you please spread this message all over so that others can also take advantage of plagiarism. This is a very important concept. These consequences would have been told by Sanket Vijji, that how harmful it can be if your paper is plagiarized or whatever text you have written is plagiarized. I congratulate the university for organizing such a wonderful program on plagiarism, and I also congratulate the participants who are going to receive the certificates that they made a sincere efforts in learning about the plagiarism and about ethical writings in research. Once again, I'm thankful to the organizers for giving me a chance to interact with you people. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Everyone, Honorable Chairperson, Co-Chairperson, the Vice Chancellor, the whole organizing committee of the IIS University. And I'm very thankful to this university for organizing such a relevant and informative workshop. During these 2 days, we got 2 speakers and they enlighten us with the knowledge on plagiarism. The things that we learn is what is plagiarism, why it is important to address the issue of plagiarism in the scenario we are living, what are the softwares available for detecting plagiarism, what is the difference between plagiarism and referencing and bibliography, and what are the rules that is Thompson that told by Vij sir. It's an index to judge the impact factor of the journal, how to identify the research gaps and to be innovative in the research idea, and many more things. I am taking the experiences from this university to my university, and I would like to share whatever I have learned to my fellows, and I would like to suggest them that to organize such an informative workshop that IIS University has taken the step first to organize in our university also, so the students can avail the facility. Thank you. Thank you to everyone.
Good evening to all present here. The past 2 days have been very informative, and I would like to thank IIS University for designing such a workshop. In today's context where IPR is getting grounds and India is getting aware on IPR issues, plagiarism is also getting weightage, and we academicians as well as the students who are writing papers, we have more and more of Indians writing papers for the international journals, and Indian academicians and learned people are seen more on the international arena. This workshop definitely would promote more and more of the people and the participants here to move to such kind of arena with this kind of knowledge of plagiarism, which has to be taken care and which should be taken care in the goodness of fraternity of knowledge and the goodness of society, because after all we are the academicians and we are one of the social reformers of the society, And if teachers do not propagate the right ethics in the society does not move in the right direction. So I think a lot of knowledge has been shared by the two speakers of this workshop, and very intelligently they have delivered very beautiful ideas which definitely would get incorporated in our research papers and PhD theses and the various other this articles and whatever we are writing, so that we take care of plagiarism and we do some authentic work and genuine work which really benefits the society. Thank you all, and it's been a good experience being here. Thank you.
सम्मानित मंच, विद्वान रिसोर्स पर्सन्स, संकेत जी, राजेंद्र जी, प्रोफेसर विनायक, प्रोफेसर घोष, इस विश्वविद्यालय की प्रबुद्ध महिलाएं, फैकल्टीज, नए शोधकर्ता, जो बच्चे अभी नए शोध में आ रहे हैं, सभी को मेरा अभिनंदन, सभी को मेरा स्वागत। मैं 30 साल से राजनीति विज्ञान पढ़ा रही हूँ। मेरा नाम भी नहीं था बोलने में, चूंकि आई एम ए प्रोडक्ट ऑफ महर्षि दयानंद यूनिवर्सिटी रोहतक। And because all the resource persons are from Rohtak, so I could not control myself, sir.
Not all the persons.
Professor
from Kurukshetra also.
Kurukshetra also.
That we can say Haryana.
Haryana. Because I did my BA honors in political science from Haryana, Kurukshetra University, sir. And I did my MA political science from M. Dayanand University, Rohtak. And I did my MPhil from Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak, under the supervision of Gandhi, Professor Gandhi, M.G. Gandhi. And only yesterday I wanted to know about something about Rohtak. And fortunately, now I'm serving in Rajasthan. I did my PhD from Rajasthan. So the very valuable degree I had from here, but my all past collection is from Rohtak and Gurgaon and Kurukshetra. इसलिए सर मेरा मन किया कि जहाँ से मैं बन के आई हूँ, जहाँ से मेरी रूट्स हैं, और वहाँ के विद्वान लोग जब जिनको मैं सुनने के लिए आई हूँ, तो मुझे बोलना चाहिए। मेरा मन किया, और मैं आपको धन्यवाद देती हूँ कि आपने मुझे अवसर दिया। एक बात मैं कहना चाहती हूँ बेटा, जो नए बच्चे हैं उनके लिए, कि आई डिड माई PhD in 1992 under the supervision of M.G. Gandhi जी, रोहतक।
PhD आपने यहाँ से की है?
सॉरी, हाँ, आई डिड माई MPhil। मैं आपका MPhil को मेरा एक अपना एक्सपीरियंस बताती हूँ कि गांधी जी ने मुझे एक टॉपिक दिया था, मेरे जो सुपरवाइजर थे, कि यू गो टू दिल्ली, है ना, एंड फाइंड दीज डॉक्यूमेंट। और वहाँ के जो उस लाइब्रेरी के डायरेक्टर थे, उन्होंने मुझे अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो डॉक्यूमेंट दे दिए। जब मैंने उनको लाके दिखाया तो उन्होंने कहा कि ये जो डॉक्यूमेंट तुम लाए हो बेटा, ये तो मुझे दे दो, है ना, यू चेंज योर टॉपिक। बिकॉज दोज डॉक्यूमेंट्स वर वेरी वैल्यूएबल। तो मेरे दिमाग में ये बात है कि ऐसी वो, बिकॉज इट वाज प्लेगरिज्म, यदि मैं उनको यूज करती तो वो बहुत बड़ा अनर्थ होता। तो उन्होंने यूज किया होगा, आई डोंट नो अबाउट दैट। एंड आफ्टर 6 months of भागा दौड़ी फ्रॉम रोहतक टू दिल्ली, आई हैड टू चेंज माई टॉपिक, एंड देन आई स्टार्टेड गोइंग टू दैट चुनाव आयोग, एंड देन आई डिड माई MPhil on the election of 1977, when the first time after 30 years of the Congress regime, in center for 30 years, the Janata Party came in power. That was also a good topic. I did my work on that. तो बेटा प्लेगरिज्म मैंने तब हमारे जमाने में नेट नहीं था, तो हम कट कॉपी पेस्ट कर भी नहीं पाते थे, हमें तो किताब पढ़नी पड़ती थी। मुझे याद है मैं ICSSR में जाती थी, दिल्ली में सुबह जाती थी, 10 बजे पहुंचती थी, और वहाँ अनेकों किताबें, आर्टिकल्स, ये वो उनसे लेते थे, परमिशन लेते थे, पेमेंट करते थे, और उसके बाद हमें मतलब ये परमिशन मिलती थी कि हाँ अब इसको कोट कर सकते हैं। उसमें भी डर लगता था। और अब तो ऐसा खुला जमाना है कहीं से लो, कहीं डालो, कुछ भी करो। और इवन आई नो अबाउट द राजस्थान because my so many colleagues are involved in it. They complete the PhD thesis only in 1 year, 3 months, and I can write only a good research paper in 6 months. Good, average. Or I take 1 year in completing a research paper. तो जब मैंने इनसे संकेत जी से बहुत कुछ सुना तो मुझे लगा कि रोहतक वालों ने तो एकदम झंडा गाड़ दिया। दूसरी बात ये कि आई एम वेरी हैप्पी सर, I work with you also sir, respected sir, and the समायोजन। ये बहुत अच्छी बात है कि आपने बहुत एक अच्छे विषय पर, क्योंकि ये जो आम विषय हैं इन पे तो सेमिनार होते ही रहते हैं, और जब मैंने ये ऐड देखा तो मेरा मन किया कि चलो चलते हैं, देखते हैं। हम तो करते ही नहीं है ना नया। एंड आई थिंक आई कैन से वन थिंग कि सीखना और जानना कभी खत्म नहीं होता। कल जब मैंने इन बच्चों को देखा तो मुझे लगा अजीब सा थोड़ा कि जो ऑर्गेनाइजर हैं वो क्या सोचेंगे कि मैडम को अब समझ में आया कि क्या जानना चाहिए और कैसे लिखना चाहिए। लेकिन इट इज माई थॉट कि जब तक मैं सांस ले रही हूं मैं सीखूंगी टिल माई लास्ट ब्रीथ। और मैं इस विश्वविद्यालय को अपने मन से, अपने आत्मा से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूं कि ऐसे विषय पर आपने वर्कशॉप करवाई जो सही मानों में बहुत बच्चों के लिए लाभकारी है और बच्चों को लाभ उठाना चाहिए। पुनः सभी का अभिनंदन। मेरे रोहतक से, कुरुक्षेत्र से पधारे हुए कलीग्स का अभिनंदन, स्वागत। मेरे यहाँ के जो सहयोगी हैं उनका सबका अभिनंदन, स्वागत। बच्चों को सबको शुभकामना। थैंक यू, धन्यवाद।
In its pursuit to promote ethical practices in research, the Center for Research, Innovation and Training, the IIS University Jaipur, organized a 2-day national workshop on ethics in scientific writing and plagiarism on 7th and 8th November 2014. The objective of the workshop was to develop an understanding on various issues related to scientific writing and plagiarism, like ethics in scientific writing, detection of plagiarism, measures to avoid plagiarism, consequences of plagiarism and copyright infringement. The participants in the workshop represented Aligarh Muslim University, National Institute of Fashion Technology Bhopal, Modi University of Science and Technology Lakshmangarh, St. Xavier's College Jaipur, Banasthali Vidyapeeth Jaipur, Mahatma Gandhi Medical College and Hospital Jaipur, Parishkar College of Global Excellence Jaipur, Government College Nuhar, Government College Ratangarh, Maharishi Arvind Institute of Science and Management Jaipur, University of Rajasthan Jaipur and the IIS University Jaipur. The inaugural session commenced with lamp lighting and a welcome address by Professor Subhash Garg, Dean and Director, CRIT, the IIS University Jaipur. He acquainted the august gathering with the aims and objectives of the workshop as well as the activities of CRIT. The session was graced by Professor Ravindra Vinayak, Dean Academic Affairs, Maharishi Dayanand University Rohtak. Professor Vinayak delivered the inaugural address highlighting the importance of plagiarism in current academic scenario. Dr. Sanket Viz, UGC Research Awardee, IMSAR, MDU Rohtak, delivered the keynote address and acquainted the participants with certain facts and issues pertaining to plagiarism. Professor Radha Kashyap, workshop convener, proposed a vote of thanks. Dr. Sanket Viz and Professor Rajendra Kumar were the resource persons for the various technical sessions in the workshop. These experts apprised the participants on various aspects like key issues to be kept in mind while writing a scientific paper, need to look into plagiarism, concept of similarity index, difference between similarity index and plagiarism, types of plagiarism, concept of paraphrasing, information about the tools and networking sites available for detection of plagiarism, consequences of plagiarism and copyright infringement, steps to be followed in order to avoid plagiarism, proper and correct way of citation and referencing, conceptual knowledge about patents, trademarks, industrial designs, trade secrets, layout designs, etc., and punishments for a criminal offense under the copyright law. The key highlights of the workshop were discussion on some real-life cases which faced the consequences of plagiarism and copyright infringement, other case studies related to plagiarism, and discussion on usage of Turnitin, the anti-plagiarism software. The workshop concluded with an extremely interactive session of participants with all the resource persons. The workshop indeed was a great learning experience for not only the participants but for all of us. The contributions of the resource persons to the workshop were invaluable and of immense intellectual significance. The university wishes to organize more of such interactive and knowledgeable workshops in near future as a step forward to improve the quality of research. Thank you.
Ms. Monica Sharma, Ms. Khushbu Sharma, Ms. Ankita Rao, Ms. Gauri Khadju, Dr. Ila Joshi, Ms. Manisha Patni, Dr. Preet Kamal, Dr. Pragya Sinha, Dr. Varsha Goyal, Dr. Harshita Upadhyay, Ms. Nidhi Bhargav, Ms. Shilpi Saxena, Ms. Neha Kaushik, Ms. Archana Sharma,
Ms. Ritu Kedia, Ms. Aarti Sharma, Ms. Rashmi Jain, Ms. Shweta Parnami, Ms. Jasleen Bajwa, Ms. Avni Sharma, Ms. Neha Tiwari, Ms. Ruchi Nanda,
Dr. Nalini Totuka, Ms. Kalpana Munjal, Ms. Preeti Singh, Ms. Pragya Tomar, Mr. Ashish Tambi, Ms. Charu Jhamaria, Ms. Ragini Shrimali, Ms. Fauzia Nazam, Mr. Mohammad Anas, Ms. Ruchi Singh, Ms. Sumaira Islam, Ms. Shivani Gambhir, Ms. Meenakshi Soni, Ms. Shivangi Rathore, Ms. Neha Yadav, Ms. Bharti Batra, Ms. Priyanka Verma, Ms. Ujjwala M. Tiwari, Ms. Kirti Joshi, Ms. Nivedita Singh, Ms. Vani Tyagi, Ms. Ghazal Punyani, Ms. Chitra Raje Basera, Ms. Vishakha Agarwal, Ms. Rubina Sajid, Ms. Neha Pandey, Dr. Amita Raj Goyal, Ms. Christina Davidson, Ms. Sheetal, Dr. Vandana Joshi. Ms. Parul Agarwal, thank you, sir. I now invite Dr. Aarti Sharma, co-convener of the workshop, to propose a formal vote of thanks on behalf of the IS University.
Professor N.K. Garg, Professor Subhash Garg, Professor Radha Kashyap, Dr. Payal Mehtani, Dr. Rupam Kothari, esteemed resource persons and participating delegates. It is both an honor and a pleasure to thank Professor N.K. Garg for having consented to be here. Sir, your words of wisdom have set intellectual benchmarks for us. I extend my deep gratitude to Professor Ravindra Vinayak, Professor Rajendra Kumar and Dr. Sanket Vij for sparing time out of their busy schedule and acquainting the participants with the ethics in scientific writing and plagiarism. We hope to have many such enlightening sessions with you in the times to come. I also extend my sincere thanks to Professor Subhash Garg for constant motivation and overall guidance. With deep sense of gratitude, I express my thanks to the participants who have come from all over the country to participate in this workshop. I also take this opportunity to convey my heartfelt thanks to my colleagues, support staff and the volunteers for the help and support extended by them for the smooth conduction of this workshop. Thank you once again.